Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. Welcome, guys. Happy Tuesday, May 13th. Hope everybody's having a great day, a great start to the week, right? I mean, we're seeing, I think, some early week ranges form throughout the board. But also, I think, seeing some strength in some market leaders as well. So we're going to be discussing all of these things and more. But before we can get started, guys, I'm Tommy. You also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Max. And hopefully soon, Louis Tuesday. It is his day after all. And Chef Jackus as well. But for now, you guys are stuck with the two of us. We're going to have some alpha for you guys. Oh, there's Jackus. Oh. Welcome to Chef Jackus as well. We're going to have a great show for you all. Before we can get too deep into the charts, too deep into the analysis, you should by now already know what I'm about to ask you for, guys. I mean, it's probably a little bit redundant at this point, but I'm still going to ask you every day. If you guys can hit the like button, slam the like button, smash the like button, annihilate the like button if you have to, but make sure that you don't destroy it too much so that you can do it again tomorrow. But we're always really appreciative when you guys do that, of course, and you help us keep the lights on here at BB. But getting into the charts, right? I mean, we kind of had, I guess there's going to be some waffling maybe a little bit today because we had CPI this morning. I believe it came in cool at the very least. Core did. But I think the fact that we don't have to pay too much attention to these macro events is in itself a little bit symbolic, right? I mean, typically, when you do have to pay attention to the macro events, it usually means you're in some sort of downtrend. It means that the market is maybe reacting negatively to bad news. But for now, it still seems like air is coming out of the VIX, probably getting into discounted levels on volatility, generally speaking, but right now, the market doesn't quite have the juice in it to be able to see volatility spike, which means equities have been unable to materially move lower. And as a result, crypto is showing strength, right? And like I said, I think we're seeing market leaders like Fartcoin, Hyperliquid potentially gear up here for their next leg higher. I think, something like Pepe as well looks very strong. And the Qs are up 1.5%. The S&P up almost 1%, Nvidia up almost 6%. So maybe we see the AI trade creep back into the trenches. I'm sure another move higher on Solana will be all that it takes for on-chain to really start to heat up again. But I mean, that's what I'm seeing across the board today, guys. It seems a little bit nonchalant thus far, but I kind of like the strength that we're seeing out of altcoins. Bitcoin is coming into a pretty significant level of resistance. Obviously, I mean, it's kind of the last level to expect before an all-time high break. So I'm kind of expecting Bitcoin to begin ranging here a little bit, pass the baton off to altcoins for maybe a few weeks. But I don't know what you guys are seeing, if you guys agree with that on a general level. But how are we doing? What are we seeing in the markets? And I mean, I guess I have to ask as well, any thoughts on our CPI print this morning, which seems like inflation is still cooling down?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Tommy, great intro. Great to see you on camera, man. Probably great to see me on camera. Everyone's like, oh, Max is back. I was back yesterday, guys. You weren't here. I was here. You weren't here. But hope everybody's doing well. I'm really excited about what I'm seeing in the market. I totally agree with what Tommy was saying. I think Bitcoin looks ready to pop here. You got a lot of support below you. I think if you did get a little bit of a shakeout, it probably doesn't last very long. I think altcoins, specifically some of the large cap leaders, Tommy mentioned Pepe and Fartcoin, probably getting ready to remind people why we're in crypto. I think it's about that time, guys, and I'm excited. I'm ready to have some fun. In regards to the CPI print, I mean, trending in the right direction towards the Fed's long-term target of 2%, as they like to say on repeat. So I guess we'll see. We'll see if Trump was right that Powell is just too slow Powell, or always late Powell, whatever he calls him. So I don't know. I mean, good print, trending in the right direction. Nothing really seems too problematic. I think it's time to have some fun this summer, guys. I think it is. I think it's going to be sell in May and cry. I don't know. I was going to say something else that rhymes with May, but I'm not going to do that. But sell in May and you're something. And I think we're bullish. So I like what I'm seeing. Oh, we got Meat Stick here.
All right. Welcome. I mean, it's Louis Tuesday. We needed you on the stream
It's
today.
always a good day to have Louis Meat Stick on, man.
Welcome. Few things, Max. The sell in May, I absolutely agree, because I think it has a very valid like historical relevance, but only in terms of, because most of years, especially as equities are by nature bullish, right? Most of the years you have a very bullish Q1, so it comes on the perception that you had like January, February, March, April, basically up only months most of the years. And then you tend to get some pullback in May, and it can last through summer. Then we know that we have some, September, August tend to be very volatile as well. Usually the months of big panic. So it has a historical relevance that makes sense. But again, with any of these, I do not think you can like and Tom is
I know why you're laughing. We're getting raided right now again.
Anyway, to just finish it up.
Supplies.
To just finish it up, basically, you cannot clinch to these with 100% accuracy, and as with anything, you have to take context into account. And that context is that unlike all the other bullish years, when we pump in Q1 and then sell in May, makes sense. Well, this year we've been down only in Q1, so selling in May doesn't really, like it's on the same. It needs more discretionary approach. I think we could hit a local top, so sell in May perhaps to some degree, but generally you want to be looking to rebuy, and I do not think that by the end of the year sell in May and go away will turn out to be the right decision.
No, I agree. I mean, I think at this point, like seasonally speaking, you usually see the sell in May rhetoric surface when we've pumped in Q1, right? It's kind of like, okay, well, the market was up from a spring pump. Let's take profit. And that's usually where, sell in May comes from. But in this case, market had no profit from from the first like 4 months of the year. We were pretty much in a persistent downtrend. So I'm sure there will be some profit taking at some point in May, but ultimately, I don't think I agree with you, Jackus. I don't think that the prevailing traditional sentiment of sell in May is super applicable here. Maybe it's like sell in July or sell in August. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to have to come up with some sort of new rhyme for that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to want to sell in May, man. I feel like I'm looking at a lot of these altcoin charts, and I mean, man, they all look just so ready to go. They look so, look at total 3. Like, this does not scream sell in May, go away. This screams like this kind of thing to me, like a longer version of this, honestly. It doesn't scream sell in May, go away. Not at all. I mean, this looks like the world's biggest cup and handle that formed like right here. This kind of, I know Louis likes this thing, man. I know Louis likes the old cup and handles, but I mean, something like this, man, it's just.
Oh no, I'm trying to nuke it and I accidentally highlighted their comments.
Why YouTube is so bad with the bots, man?
Hopefully that doesn't encourage them.
Just YouTube.
Like, what ticker even is that? XAI.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Come on, you took the bait.
Don't
It's
say
not even
it.
a real ticker, is it?
I apparently not. I think it was Prometheus that searched it on Dex Screener and was like, "Yeah, I can't find it."
I think it is actually. I got approached by DM on Discord, and someone showing this one to me as well. I have no idea, but
They're looking for key opinion leaders, KOLs.
it seems more like someone just got hurt and is looking to take a revenge in terms of the bots.
Super annoying.
Anyway, you were saying, Max.
What was I saying? Oh, I was just being bullish, man. I don't know. It just looks like this looks very bullish to me. It looks like this is a stair step higher. It looks like it feels like this to me more than anything. It feels exactly like this. It just feels like we are
Max,
Chef.
when I was saying that we will get this longer term macro bull cycle with semi bear in between, I think that bear has played out, that semi bear.
So
And now we are
it's
ready.
bull time.
It's bull time. Like from this perspective, from this time frame, bull time.
So let me just get this straight right now. Jackus is bullish. Tommy's bullish. Louie's bullish. Max is bullish. Tucker's bullish. Wabi's bullish. Will is bullish. Prometheus is bullish. Tucker's bullish. Is that correct? Am I accurate in saying that?
I would say so.
I mean, the boys are bullish. That's what I'm hearing. The boys are bullish. I love it. There's nothing better than a little bit of BB confluence across the board. But yeah, here's the thing though, Jackus, is I know you were talking about these kind of like mini bulls and mini bears. I really hope that we don't continue doing this forever. Like this would suck if we just do this and then right back down. You know what I mean? I hope we don't just do this for eternity. Eventually I want the blast off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you
I think it will come.
You think it will come?
The good news is that the longer we keep going up like this, the higher we will go and the longer it will be. But once, it's always like, I think maybe like one last time we do this, and then people will expect it if they are not expecting it already. And then, the market tends to punish those every time. So when people will expect this to happen, like broadly, not just me and maybe few people, but like most, then I think we will rip.
So my question to you guys is when do the Moon Boy YouTubers, that do like the crazy thumbnails, when are they right? And let me just be super clear on what I mean by that. In order to successfully navigate these markets for like the past year plus, you've had to be somewhat of a skilled investor or trader. The conditions have not been super easy. You've had like multiple weeks that have been kind of easy, but you haven't had like a quarter to 2 quarters of like everybody's a genius mode, right? Where you can just keep calling for higher prices and you just get them, right? When are all the people that honestly are not skilled traders or investors, when are they going to have their moment to shine? You know what I mean by that? When do we get like the real easy mode? Not
When ETH is above 4K.
paid levels mode, and I have to de-risk here, and like when do we just have a full blown like truly turn your brain off season?
When ETH is above 4K and Russell new all-time highs.
Yeah, but I need a date, a time, how much capital I should risk, the entry price, the stop loss, and the TP. That's what I want.
Greedy Max. He wants all those things.
Yeah.
I think Q3, Q4, ETH trades above 4K.
That's fine. I can wait. That's okay. I will say what's going on with equities is insane, man. This is the Mag 7. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla. I mean, we're approaching a big level, but this move is wild. Absolutely wild. If we can stick the landing on this V recovery, who knows? Things
I think
could
they're
go
going to double
crazy.
top equities personally, but
You think double
that
top?
means more pain for bears in the short term.
But what if I overlay this fractal? Does that change how you feel?
Not really, but
It's an interesting fit.
it does fit well.
I think if we can like actually get above the all-time high and not immediately like sweep and reject, then it becomes more probable. But we'll have to see. What I was looking at this morning that I'm interested in is IWM is starting to look pretty interesting here. It's obviously been like, lagging the big boys, but it's starting to kind of break out of this little, or it's trying to like break out of this diagonal right here. Things are looking really sendy is the point. Like this,
Max,
yeah.
it's a V-shaped bottom. Confirmed. Liquidity taken. Cannot believe I got it as well. Greedy Jack is with his sweeps. But that V-shape, that's done. You're not getting a new low on this one. And it's only a matter of time before it trades to new highs.
Something we've talked about at length on this channel is how typically the crypto parabola begins when IWM goes into price discovery. That might be the answer to when does easy mode happen, is if and only if IWM can finish the V recovery and go into price discovery from here, which at the rate it's recovering won't take that long, but it's not quite here yet. But if you look in the past when easy mode has truly commenced, I will show you what I'm talking about. So here is like the previous IWM range, and you can see when it finally breaks out and goes into price discovery is when Bitcoin goes into easy mode, right? And then I think we'll probably put Bitcoin in log mode. But I don't know. I guess I kind of drew this range a little goofy, but we could maybe just kind of view it like this, and then another cycle kind of over here. Right, but when it goes into price discovery, it's like right here. So it's like if you look at when Bitcoin has gone into parabola, has been when IWM finally goes into price discovery. Right? IWM price discovery. So we probably once again need to look for IWM in price discovery, which we got some work to do, right? It could take a little bit more time. And that doesn't mean Bitcoin can't like make a new high, but like if we're talking about easy mode, there is some evidence to suggest that maybe we do need IWM,
We do.
I feel like easy mode is kind of like a relative term, right? Because if you have, 5, 10, 15, 20 major altcoins potentially going into price discovery within the next few months, like what more what more could you be asking for from like an easy mode standpoint, right? I think a lot of like the sentiment of easy mode, right? And I'm not saying that this is anyone on the panel, right? But people want Bitcoin dominance to drop back to like 2022 levels. for easy mode. And I think we've talked about this. For that to happen, you just need like VC alts to start ripping to new highs. I don't think we're going to see that, but I don't think that really makes that big of a difference for leading altcoins, especially meme coins, which are still very, very thin. I don't think it's going to take a lot of these memes too much effort to get back to their highs at this point. But most of them are still sitting on the floor. So, you know, do with that information what you will.
Yeah, I think one ticker we need to look at today is actually Coin. What a range that is, man. That is looks like another level that Greedy Jackus got hit, huh?
I had June 20, 230 calls sold into the rip this morning, but might have sold a little too early here. But it's all right. I got a nice spot bag too. Then I'll ride.
Yeah, nice.
I think it's a $600 stock when all is said and done.
I feel like it probably makes new highs, man.
I mean, so like the IPO price was, you know, that topped Bitcoin, you know, the first top go around on its IPO, and we haven't been back since, right? So it only makes sense if you go into a real, you know, if we are entering that real crypto bull run we've been talking about for Coinbase stock to also reapproaching that old all-time high and then heading into price discovery. Yeah, I think $600-700, especially now being listed on the S&P 500. That's massive. That's huge. I think that's going to go there, right? As long as everything continues to go well. Yeah, it's that 1618.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lifetime range right here. Let's do a lifetime volume profile.
What is there any alpha or signal from the Bitcoin versus coin chart?
Not as much Bitcoin, but ETH. Coin is basically like if you were to put both Bitcoin and Ether together.
Yeah, I know. I would agree with that. You got a little bit more beta from ETH, but the stability of Bitcoin on pullbacks, at least to a large extent, you know, that'll protect it from the same drawdown that ETH has had, that all these altcoins have. I agree with that take, Jackus.
Here's ETH coin right here. Who said, I think it was you, Tommy, you'd mentioned how SOL trades a lot like coin in the past.
It has in the past. Not quite as much anymore, but I would say structurally they do still look pretty similar.
I think it was ETH, but it trades similarly too.
I just hate how this chart looks. I'm not gonna lie. This is SOL versus coin.
I've got to compare. I mean, if it trades like SOL, put the two charts next to each other, and I think there's a fairly obvious trade that's there.
They actually do look quite a bit alike.
If coin is giving this gap up, I would argue that SOL is probably loading the same one.
I had ETH.
Yeah, ETH probably too.
I think what you meant to say was ETH to 0, Jackus.
No, that's Tommy's speciality.
Yeah, he's the best at it.
Special ed.
It takes many years to acquire a skill set like that.
Like nobody say it the way Tommy does.
No, the way it rolls off the tongue, it's the best.
It's like special accent.
I mean, coin looks.
It's better when I'm in the minority camp than the majority, though. For ETH to 0,
the ETH FUD became very crowded for sure.
Yes, it did.
All right, so I mean, this looks like SOL's getting ready to gap.
That's what I'm thinking.
These charts look really similar, man.
I think you have a lot of Solana meme coins that just look primed. So once you get that gap up on SOL, I mean, I think it's just like the same concept as with Bitcoin and altcoins. The alpha goes first, pulls back, and then on the way back up, then you start to see the beta outperform. I feel like that's kind of where this market is at to a large extent. Like we're about to see Bitcoin now. I actually think Bitcoin will probably take out the early week highs here, you know, in the next few days. And with that, we will see beta begin to outperform.
Mhm.
I think SOL will make a local top up to 190. Like from here to 190.
You've got a monthly point of control at 197. I don't know if you like that level, but I always like these monthly point of controls. They seem to
Yeah, it could
play pretty
come.
well.
Could come.
196.
I
Like
don't want a long SOL. Really good.
this is the area that basically, you know, the Trump pump started on Solana. So I'm not expecting it to be broken in one go, and rather to show a resistance. But obviously, you know, I say that here, but people will zoom in on like H4 and then totally lose the sight of the forest, and then it will come.
Michael, thank you for the super chat, man. Yeah, we could take a peek at that. Can you guys take a look at based Fartcoin?
What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
What's that? Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty strong to me. It's a pretty simple chart. Just you've been in this range, which I'm betting on being pretty big accumulation. Floating above your mid range, kind of broke out of this little diagonal here. I feel like it's just waiting for the market to take its next leg higher. I don't think you're gonna get below this region, barring some like super large holder waking up in a bad mood. But I don't think you're gonna really get below here. So if you did get this, probably good opportunity. And then from there, price discovery, you're not that far off. You know, you're kind of just waiting for like ETH and Bitcoin to take their next moves higher. Be looking at the 1618. The most compelling part of this trade for me is actually the pair chart between base Fartcoin and SOL Fartcoin, which is why I'm so interested personally. There's not really any pair charts out there that look bullish against SOL Fartcoin because it's been so strong. But if you pair base Fartcoin against SOL Fartcoin, this is what it looks like. And it looks to me very bullish, like it wants higher. Currently in a range, holding the mid range. It's been outperforming it this entire year. One of the very few in the market, if maybe the only ticker that's been outperforming. And I mean, I think it looks genuinely like it wants to go much higher here soon. And I think a lot of people are maybe viewing it differently than me, but here's kind of my thoughts on like base Fartcoin versus SOL Fartcoin. Like I think a lot of people, because when I posted about it, people have been like, what, bro, just buy like SOL Fartcoin, screw you, fucking grifter. And I'm just like, dude, I'm just pair trading is all I'm doing. Like it's not, doesn't need to be some like emotional thing. Like I'm very bullish on like the narrative, you know, it's a good trade. It's a good opportunity. The way I'm viewing it is like, it's not one or the other, right? I'm viewing it as like, there's Fartcoin and you have an option to buy it on base or on SOL, because they've basically, you know, for a majority of this year been trading sideways against each other. Now there have been some big periods of outperformance where like, you know, base Fartcoin will go up 3x against SOL Fartcoin, but then it will, you know, bleed back down a little bit. But more or less, if you just kind of look at it in its entirety, it's been moving sideways this entire year. You're at about your mid-range of your, you know, of your 2025 range. It's one coin. It's it's two liquidity pools. There's a base liquidity pool and there's a SOL liquidity pool. And you can choose which one you want to buy it on. And I think that because base is kind of heating up and it's new and it's fresh and Coinbase is hot right now, they're getting added to the S&P. I think there's a really awesome pair trade to be had where you could continue to bet on kind of like short-term manic outperformance of the base liquidity pool of Fartcoin versus the SOL one. And it's nothing to be emotional about. Like, people are like, you're not bidding my shit coin. Like, you're the worst. It's like, dude, relax. Like, I'm trading on TradingView. I'm drawing trend lines. So I think that this looks like it wants higher. This is why I'm so interested in base Fartcoin. For no reason other than, I mean, their content's good, right? But you guys know me. It's always more about the pairs than it is anything else. Find me a chart that actually looks good against SOL Fartcoin as a pair. It doesn't really exist. This is like the only one out there. So I'm looking at this going, why can I trade base Fartcoin versus SOL Fartcoin, outperform SOL Fartcoin, and the levels will play? It's not a coincidence. Like, people are actually taking note to this and they're trading them back and forth, whether you like it or not. So I'm looking for a huge explosive like expansion out of this range here for base Fartcoin versus SOL Fartcoin. And it's been one of the top performers in my portfolio. So like, I'm looking at this. I think the base Fartcoin is going to probably go to the log 1618, which would be about 350 mil. Right now it's at about 50 mil. So big winner there if it hits. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see. We'll see what happens with the broader market. But I'm super bullish on SOL Fartcoin and just like the whole narrative. Here's SOL Fartcoin. I watch this thing every day. The charts look identical to each other. The SOL Fartcoin is bullish. So if I'm bullish on SOL Fartcoin and then I go over and I look at the pair chart and I say, oh, is there beta for me to outperform something I'm bullish on? Yep. And it's the exact same title. It's just the base liquidity pool. And I know they're technically two separate projects, but they're not trading like it. Why would I not take this awesome trade if I can potentially outperform one of the strongest tickers in financial markets, SOL Fartcoin? I'll take a shot at that. It's not a guarantee, but I'll take a shot on a breakout. So anyways, I'm pretty damn bullish, honestly. I really like it. But that's the thesis, I guess, at least from my perspective. Some people view it differently, but that's how I'm viewing it personally. So where'd my team go? What the heck? Where'd everybody go? I came back and no one's here.
I'm here.
You were on a rant. You were on a rant, and he cuts it and be like, "Where's everyone?"
Yeah, you abandoned me. You left me cold, shivering. Can't believe it. I expect to come back and see my teammates smiling at me, but nope, all alone. That was crazy. Crazy.
Pair trades are actually amazing.
What'd you say?
That pair trades are amazing.
Yeah, it's a good looking one here. It's a really good looking one.
I think people who are not doing those are robbing themselves to a degree.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I do think most of the times what people make like the mistake is that they even can look at those, but then they like, or it can be anything, and they see it in the chart, but they are like, no, that will not play out. It's sort of like, the 1.618. Tucker always mention it, but that never takes profit on it.
He's the king of calling the top and fading his own calls. He's the
exactly.
King
that was like KTA though, smashed right through it last night.
Yeah, that can be anything. This can be like a pair trade, and you look at it and you're like, this looks to be going up, but it goes against your current holding. So you're like, I'm not gonna flip it, right? And then it works out, and it's like, fuck. Why didn't I listen to myself?
Yeah, there's so much opportunity in these pairs, man. I was talking about this morning. I mean, for one, let me just show you another one. One of my favorites. Like, look at the Andy Pepe pair chart. To me, it's like, it's not a coincidence this locally rejected at the 0.5 or the mid range. Like, this is where you shove the Andy Pepe pair chart right in here. And then I was talking about another one, which was, I don't really trade this one that often, but I watch it a lot because there's good signal in it. But like Mog Pepe, right? I look at Mog Pepe and I say to myself, like, oh, look, just like Andy rejected from the mid range here against its Pepe pair. If this were to come back down, Pepe could rip from here. Mog could continue to go up, but bleed against the Pepe pair. And then you could sell some Pepe into Mog down here for like a 3 tap at the low, and then hit another banger like 3x on profits that you already have from Pepe. Like there's so much opportunity and signal in these pairs, but people are just like, bid my shitcoin. If you bid anything else or rotate, like you're the worst. It's like this is, like, dude, I posted about base Fartcoin and there were some people that literally like came at my neck. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. It's trading view charts. Like, what's your problem, man? Like,
Memecoin tribalism is it's so childish, man. Honestly, it's like you're arguing over which Pokemon card you think is cooler.
Literally. Like, the worst part is they don't even realize what they're holding or trading. Like they don't even understand it. They're so far left curve that they're just like, oh, like it's only my ticker. Like it's like they approach it like with no analysis other than like, ooh, like these are my internet friends. Like if you're not with us, you're against us. It's so like it's like barbaric and like
The Anakin
very
meme.
not well thought out, And we're here just showing you like there's pair trade opportunities where like hold your coin, rotate into another coin, rotate back, or just diamond hand it and who cares, right? I do some of that too. But it's like to like get emotional about someone being like, I'm rotating one shit coin into another shit coin and like there's technicals to back it up. Dude, you shouldn't be like, you shouldn't even be investing in crypto. Like you don't even know what you're holding. It's all one giant interconnected web of liquidity is what I've been trying to teach everybody for years. Everything is a pair. And the real hidden alpha is just finding those correlations, right?
And follow them.
And follow them. Yeah. But some people just, what? Bid my shitcoin, it's like crazy. It's just crazy to me.
I don't enjoy that, I'll be honest.
What, the bid my shitcoin people?
Yeah, the whole like thousands of meme coin communities fighting each other. Like in 2017 or after, the space was about like we are gonna fucking decentralize the world and we are all in it in the tech, and then people are like, yeah, this is good one, no, yours is good and yours is good too, and let's fucking bid it all. And now it's more like, fuck your meme coin, mine is 10 times better than yours, and the other guy is like, no, yours is totally stupid, mine is 1000 times better than anything. And it's like, I'm like, just leave me out of this.
Dude, the funniest part is when people like came at me about Andy a long time ago and they're like, it's a forced meme. It's a forced cabal meme. Like, it's not a real meme. Like, my meme is a real meme. I'm like, dude, you're a grown man. I don't give a shit about any of the memes, man.
I almost tweeted about this over the weekend. I decided not to, but it's like if you are about to tweet at somebody comparing a meme coin to another meme coin, you should, if you would not feel comfortable reading that tweet to the nearest female, you should not hit send. You should not hit send.
A good rule. It's a good rule, man. It's so weird, bro. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't understand what makes people do that. It's like I love trading meme coins and shit coins because like there's great beta in them, but it's like the freakishness that it attracts too. Oh, there's some like really hostile meme coin communities out there. I'm not gonna name them because then they're gonna come at me and like attack me if I say who they are.
The Apu meme coin community is very hostile. I'm from experience.
I can neither confirm nor deny any meme coin communities mentioned.
I'll take the heat for you, Max.
Wait, Tommy, has that something to do that one of the supporters of that meme coin is always coming back to my comment section at the very lows?
Is that true?
Yeah.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of. Not that you're wrong. I don't really know. There's another one. I'm not going to mention them.
Oh my god!
If I do,
Of
they're
course
gonna
there's
they're
thousands
gonna
of
run
them.
smear campaigns against me if I say anything about them. They're very hostile. They're very aggressive. Okay, they're like cavemen. You know, like if they can't critically think through their emotions, they just want to hit you with a stick from their cave. But yeah, they. And by the way, there's nothing more bearish than like being a hostile meme coin community. Like you should just be like, everybody's welcome. Like come join our friendly cult. You know, it's like, why would you want to like push people away with hostility? You know, but if you say anything other than like to the moon, they come at you and they're like, you know what? Let's question this man's integrity. Let's come at him personally. You're ugly. Like
That's
I
always the sign of a
remember-
top when a community goes from like welcoming new members to
Yeah.
explicitly tribal. Always a top signal.
Yeah.
I remember that happening with Kaspa when they literally attacked anyone who, you know, wasn't with them because they were against them.
anybody who did not recite out loud 10 times per day, Bitcoin was the test net for Kaspa, was their enemy. And by the way, I still hold some Kaspa, and I actually think the chart looks kind of good. I'm just saying, let's not go back to that sentence because I think that was a super bearish thing to say out loud. But
No,
If you
exactly.
say Caspa 3 times
point-
into the year, 10,000 coins will appear in your wallet.
Point being here is that, you know, they need to remain to be the very welcoming community to new members.
Yes. There's nothing more bearish than being like a hostile meme coin shiller, man. It's just, you're just poor at that point. Like you're just verifiably poor. And that's backed up by math and science. Okay.
Spiritually and financially.
Literally. It's funny because like the people that like if you're making money and like you're up in markets, doesn't mean you're always winning, but like if you're generally doing well, you're not like dunking on people and being hostile. Like you're just not. Only the people that are just like they just cannot find their edge and just don't understand the game they're playing are just so angry all the time at everybody. But it's okay. There's a place for everybody. There needs to be angry meme coin people in order for there to be successful, happy meme coin people. Everything in perfect balance, as it should be.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Anyways, guys, one thing I wanted to touch upon is actually
Welcome to the all-new BB Terminal portfolio. Faster, smarter, and now free for everyone. Signing up is easy. Just use your Google account to get started in seconds. Once you're in, you'll get a clean, aggregated view of all
goddamn.
your wallets. Or dive into individual wallets for more control. We support Wallet Connect for seamless syncing. And don't worry, we use industry-standard encryption to keep your data safe and secure. Prefer not to connect your wallet? No problem, just use our manual entry mode. Choose as many tokens as you like. Then plug in your transactions. It's quick and intuitive. Watch your portfolio stats and charts update in real time. Your portfolio refreshes automatically every hour, but you can also sync instantly with just one click. BB Terminal Portfolio, available to everyone for free.
Guys, here's the deal. You show up every day and you watch Market Check, and we love you guys. How could you ever show up and watch Market Check and support us, but not use our new state-of-the-art product that we know that you'll love? How could you do that? How could you get your data from anybody else? We even have free functionality. You can do free portfolio tracking, and you can do the super charts now for free, which has all the derivatives data, Agger, all that stuff totally for free. So if you're like, you know what, I support them, but I don't want to pay for any like the premium functions, like that's fine. You don't even need to do that. Sometimes Sometimes people just want like a free experience. I get it. I do that sometimes too. It's always better when you pay because obviously you watch Market Check and it's free. Imagine what the paid stuff that we offer is like. It's incredible. But like if you don't want to, if you don't want to pay for it, free portfolio tracking, it's amazing, and free super charts. You just use it. And just by using it, you support us. We technically run a deficit on you using it for free. Technically, because we pay for a lot of that data and then you don't pay us, which is fine. But it's like, at least use our stuff. You know what I mean? You watch Market Check, you love us, you support us, use our shit, Use our shit. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's great. We built it. We customized everything. Built by us for you guys, and I guess for us at the same time. Yeah. Okay, wait. Daniel says, I don't buy into guilt selling tactics. Fear selling is where it's at. All right. Okay, I got it. Daniel, you will buy BB Terminal or I will sell all of my Andy in one clip. Are you afraid yet? Everyone should be afraid. We should have new signups now. You got to protect your bags.
The max wick.
Yeah, the max wick. All right, 100 new BB Terminal signups or everybody's bags are going down. Oof. I'm just kidding, guys. I wouldn't actually do that. I wouldn't actually do that, but Daniel said he wanted to be scared.
And Sol and ETH look ready.
Tommy, would you maybe show me a chart if you really mean that?
No.
Unless you don't actually mean that.
I mean, I don't have a chart necessarily. I'm just looking at the structure on ETH and SOL. They look ready to gap up.
I'm kind of a visual learner, Tommy. I'm not gonna lie.
Tommy's stingy with the charts on market.
I am stingy with the charts. I save it for the subscribers.
Fair enough.
I need to see your object tree.
No, you don't.
All right, Louis Meatstick, would you do me the honors? You've been kind of quiet, Louis. What's going on?
I've been on the buttons all morning. I'm focused right now.
Oh, you're just locked in, huh?
Bro, scalping the Fartcoin 1 minute.
That sounds awesome.
I better see that reflected in my referral, Louis.
You're getting tons of volume off me recently, Tommy. Don't you worry.
I'm pretty sure I'm on your ref link too. I just don't really trade much. I'm just holding right now. But
you've been sniping leverage longs off the lows like nobody's business. Yeah, what do you guys want to look at?
Oh, this fucking guy is back, dude. Look at this guy. Crazy guy is back. Can I come in? I have some important macro thoughts to share. He could be drunk. He's not typing like he's sober.
Statistically speaking, there's a decent shot. It is a weekday though, so I'm gonna assume he's not.
Let's do this. If I get 5 people in the comments to say we want Chimp on the show, then we'll bring him on for the last part of the show. But we need 5 people to say yes. Okay.
The first 3 comments. Wow, hell no. Don't invite it.
Yeah, looks like the comment section's a bit split right now. We'll see.
That's honest.
Looks like nobody has said yes so far. One
guy said it.
Chimp's the only one that wants Chimp on the show. All right, looks like Jim wants him. What the heck? Bring him on. All right, that's 2, 3. Who the fuck is Chimp? That's a good question. We do not want. Okay, so the comment section's very split. I want chaos.
I want problem always.
Let's do this. We're going to think about it. I'm going to continue to, you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a poll, and I'd love for you guys to vote. Okay. I think that's probably the best way to do this is to here. I'm going to run a poll if I can switch accounts. Oh, I got to get logged in here. Hang on. I'd love to see some of your guys' charts, though. I've been charting the whole time. I know you guys have something, you know? It's got to be something. Charting the whole time. I know you guys. Oh,
Somebody's got an echo.
yeah, that was me. Sorry. All right. Let me run a poll here. Start a poll. Should we invite Chimp onto the show? Yes. No. Start poll. Okay, guys, please cast your vote. Do we want Chimp onto the show? All right. Obviously, you know what that entails. He's been on the show before. Sometimes we're in the mood for it. Sometimes we're not. But we're going to let you guys decide if we want Chimp on the show. We'll have him on at the end.
Pepe's getting moving.
Yep.
Oh, please. Please just send. I'm so ready.
I mean, the S&P and QQQ trading pretty close to all-time highs. How long until SOL and ETH reprice?
I think we're due. I mean, ETH's starting to look pretty sendy here. Like, ETH kind of, to me, looks like it wants to put in soon one of those, like, 300-point 5-minute candles, the famous ETH beat stick.
This thing looks like it wants to just shoot up to 2,800. Go for that next leg.
Chimp, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Let me see what we're at right now. Looks like there's 65 votes, and the majority are saying yes to bring Chimp on. Guys, if you haven't voted yet, please go to the comment section and vote if you want Chimp to come on the show. I'd love to get at least 100 votes in. We're at about 70 right now, it looks like. All right, Louis, we're gonna put your charts up, man. Let's go. Oops, sorry. All right, Meat Stick, tell me what you're seeing. I know you've been locked in all day.
Did we talk about this yesterday? I know I talked about it in Discord. I don't know if we talked about it here.
We did, but you could sum it up again.
Oh, we did. My bad.
Well, I mean, are you expecting this to be like the parabola, you know, like the move, Louis, the one that we've been waiting way too long for?
Yeah, it's looking like it as of now. It's looking like that as of now. You know, what we've seen thus far as crypto is concerned is literally just a trip back to the 2021 all-time highs, right? That's all we've really done in the last year and a half. And although, yeah, we've had some big moves off the lows, we've had some altcoins, you know, pop off, do well. But the asset class as a whole hasn't really gone into expansion just yet. I think ETH's breaking out. That's why I got that notification.
I didn't know if it was me or not.
Yeah, I changed my sound for you, Tommy.
Yeah, we've got the same alarm now.
But you know, looking at total crypto market cap, you know, the real bull run doesn't really start until you break the previous bull run all-time high, right? So coming back to 2021, right? Obviously, you had a big move off the lows, beautiful. But the real expansion comes once you break the 27. This was the 2017 all-time high. So we haven't really gone into expansion as an asset class just yet. But we're literally at this time, you know, 2 weeks ago, we were trading into the 2021 all-time highs after getting above it. You know, this multi-week consolidation was the last 3 months, which felt like hell, right? But if you were looking at this chart, you know, in hindsight, we were literally just flipping the 2021 all-time high into support as an asset class. And even when we got this little breakout weekly candle here, I think I talked about it on Market Check. I was like, pay attention. I was like, we're looking like we're going to hold the 2021 all-time highs. If we do, we have one set of highs to beat for the asset class as a whole to enter price discovery. And as we do, you know, this kind of curl up that we're seeing is probably going to start to parabola, you know? And that's what I would expect, right? I would expect this trend to continue to steepen once we start to clear, 3.6 trillion market cap for the asset class. I mean, but just looking at this chart in general, I mean, this is really the only chart you need in crypto. If you want to just block out all the noise and just ask yourself the simple question, am I bullish on crypto? Well, if you're above the 2021 all-time high, holding it as support and pushing off the 2021 all-time high, I would say, yes, you should be 100% bullish on crypto here.
Louis, how does like
below-
RSI look here on this chart? Have you looked at like weekly time frame RSI
Not
or anything?
really. Yeah, I mean, it's got
Like
a lot of room to run.
the real fun begins when that gets like into the 65-70 region.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet. Like zoom out a little so we can see like when the last cycle really started cooking. See, it's like when you get above into that 70 region, like that's when, there or right there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's when like the real fun begins. So,
Right. I mean,
we'll
and
see.
there are cases where, you do it, but then you come back later on, right? So just because we've done it before, doesn't mean we can't come back up into those overbought levels. And because the RSI has reset, that gives this move more juice to run at this point, right? Because we've had these, multiple multi-month consolidations in this run up, which is honestly has made this cycle so difficult, right? Because, looking at the last run, right, it was pretty much, you started you bottomed out, you started breaking your bottoming structure, and it was pretty much straight up. This is your easy mode that, Max was referring to. And it came kind of in one shot, boom, one swift move, about a year's worth of move. You didn't really have multi-month consolidations. It was pretty much easy mode for a year, and it was all hunky-dory. This time around, you had 3 separate multi-month consolidations you kind of had to work through and get your conviction tested in order to remain seated for this ride. And every time we've had these multi-month consolidations, I've seen multiple people get bared up, right? We saw people getting bearish here, saw people getting bearish here, and again, saw people getting bearish here, when in reality, the asset class as a whole was just consolidating before its next leg. And in each one, we've seen the same exact things happen, the same sentiment flips, the same bear charts, the same nonsense, the same super low targets. But looking at this chart, I mean, there's nothing bearish about this chart. This looks like an asset class that's about to head into expansionary price discovery. And again, if you want to know, like, okay, is crypto bullish or bearish? Just look at this chart. If you want to look at nothing else, look at this chart. If this chart is continuing to head higher and maintaining 2021 all-time highs as support, this is risk on until proven otherwise, right? Until you get into that blow off top type scenario, which I don't think is going to come, until we start approaching 7, 8, 9 trillion, $10 trillion market cap. So pretty much like a double or triple.
10 trillion number has been so long awaited, man.
Yeah.
I remember even last cycle, people were talking about 10 trillion. Never came.
Yeah. And what's gold right now? Like 16 trillion, 10, 14
something
trillion,
like that.
something like that. So like gold as one asset versus an asset class as a whole, it's doable, right? It sounds crazy before you do it, but once it happens, it makes sense. And it's not really long lived either. Like those highs, obviously you start getting up to those crazy valuations, you start to get those blow off top type scenarios, or we just continue to consolidate and climb. And, that could be the case, right? Where you have TradFi, you have institutions coming to the table in crypto. This could be more just a steady uptrend over time with, multi-month consolidations in between. That could totally be the trend shift that's coming. But we don't know yet, right? But, the big move has yet to come, right? Although we've had a nice move off the lows, a lot of altcoins have not even left their, have left their bottoming structures yet. So, the asset class as a whole looks bullish, right? This is screaming, risk on crypto for me. You want to get a little more granular. This is top 10 altcoins. No, not top 10 altcoins. I'm sorry. This is crypto total market cap, not excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is pretty much every other altcoin in the market other than Bitcoin and ETH. So altcoins have not even made new highs yet, right? So this is the real bull market. This is your altcoin season, right? Breaking the 2021 all-time high, getting above here, flipping it, and then you go on your parabolic run. And you gotta, do we come all the way up here? I have no idea, right? But when people were saying 3 or 4 months ago that the bull run happened and it's over, I was like, I'm looking at this chart. I'm like, what do you mean? We haven't even broken. We're still at levels we saw 5 years ago, So that didn't make sense to me, right? And a lot of people were saying that, we had our bull run. That was it. If, you missed it, you should have took profits, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, looking at this chart, again, just a beautiful uptrend off the lows with multi-month consolidations in between, slowly stair-stepping, looking to enter price discovery, right? So, this chart, again, looks as if altcoins are going to go try to return back to the 2021 all-time highs. You start beating this level, right? This is your altcoin season. This is your easy mode. Above the 2021 all-time high, this is everyone's a genius season. Throw a dart at a board and you could hit, 100% gains. So these are the charts you should be watching. Block out the noise, asset class as a whole, even specifically, this chart, which is more altcoins. This is what we're waiting for. This is the bull run, right? So altcoins still, have more work to do, obviously. But that's how it is, right? Altcoins usually follow Bitcoin's lead. So this all looks bullish to me. I don't know what you guys think, but
Looks really bullish to me. Ready to have some fun, man. I feel like we just need to clear that all-time high. And I feel like we spent enough time accumulating between like the mid-range and range high. Finally break out there a bit. I'd also like to welcome Chimp Phone onto the show. Chimp Phone, welcome to the show.
Hello. Lovely to speak to you today.
Chimp, are you familiar with Costco, brother?
I am familiar with Costco, yeah. I think we've had this conversation about 3 times now.
Yeah, I don't
we have a
Costco,
so. They're pretty much the same as in America.
Definitely the first time we've talked about this.
Cheap hot dogs, cheap pizza slices, lots of Kirkland signature products.
Oh, you know about Kirkland signature product? Okay.
Of course I do, brother. Of course I do. Come on.
Okay.
And to put it, I will come on and say initially, I have had a beer. Okay, I have had a beer, so you were right on that front. But
just a couple, just to take the edge off, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know how tapped into the Solana trenches you guys are these days. Are you at all, or not really?
Negative tapped in.
Okay, a little bit more than I was a few weeks ago.
The stuff I've witnessed on the Solana blockchain today has honestly been the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is so bad. This internet capital markets meta is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I hate it.
What is internet capital markets meta? I've never even heard those words string together.
Yeah, before. Exactly.
Wabi's super bullish on it.
Yeah, basically people are launching like ChatGPT launch pages for websites, deploying a ticker, and then making millions off of it. So it's so bad.
They've been pumping. Bad. We looked at a couple this morning because I had the Discord guys request some charts, and they're all up like 700-800% in the last like day or two.
Yeah, and I lost like $5,000 today trying to trade them. So
here's what I'm gonna say: like, people trading stuff, making money, great. I really, really hope that we don't go back down this road of like there's a new bullshit narrative every 3 days and everything just ends up rugging, right?
I just think that's going to happen.
Hot ball of money bullshit trend.
It's just going to happen. It's just everyone's
cannot happen again,
bro. Everyone's like attention spans are fried. No one wants to hold a coin for longer than like 2 days now. It's
Dude, it's
insane.
just the same. It's just rinse repeat is what it is, man. It's like every week there's a new narrative. Every week there's a new like shill. Every week there's a new like $1 billion runner, or
Yeah.
$1 billion market cap runner. And then they all rug to zero. And then there's like a new meme. And then it's just like, oh, there's just so much dilution that occurs, man. It's like people just can't help themselves. They just have to buy into the new narrative. Like they just have to chase. But I don't know if that's just the market that we're in, then I guess so be it. I don't know anything about this narrative. I'm just saying in general, like I hope
It's a terrible narrative.
I hope
It's a
that people
terrible
will
narrative.
learn from the mistakes that were made. Like
People
end of
don't
last
remember
year.
what they had for dinner last night. They are not gonna remember
I hope they
what
won't
happened in
repeat.
the last year.
I
It's
had to
gonna
think about
repeat.
it for a little bit just now.
It's so bad. Like it's so bad. And the runner at the I don't know if I can say the name, but it's Fartcoin, but like something else. It's called something else. It's basically what they're trying to pin it as.
When were they going to find my animal coins?
Soon, hopefully.
Why don't they just bid Sully and chill?
Wow, whoa, that's a direct reference from Max on stream. Wow, it was worth coming on today, boys. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't even seen what are good alts at the moment. All I ever see is Hyperliquid. Fartcoin is actually. Oh no, you're looking at based Fartcoin. God.
Well, I was looking at Fartcoin first.
Oh, okay. Is
yeah.
it Fartcoin? I imagine is it down at all today, or yeah?
Not really. It looks like it's getting bought back up.
Yeah, everyone's investing in Gooncoin now instead. So there you go.
You know,
Yeah.
Hyperliquid's a $50 token this month, right, Chen?
I can see 50. I don't see 100, like you said. I don't see that happening.
That's in
too
June.
soon.
That's
So
in
many people have like millions in that.
You don't think
like
that,
people I know have millions in Hyperliquid, and that's saying something. Because
you don't think sellers are indiscriminate in the double digits at this point? If it went to
I don't
like
even know what
33.
indiscriminate means. I don't even know what that means, mate. Honestly, I don't even know.
So
you just made that word up.
I mean, if they have the chance to sell at 33, are they really going to sell at like 60 or $70? Or are they probably going to wait for triple digits?
I think they're going to sell on the way up. I'll be honest. I think people have like layered sells all the way up. I've seen screenshots.
Probably. I think front running a move to triple digits is probably the best way to sell, because after that, the easy move is over, in my opinion.
I am sad to say that I'm invested in Gooncoin though, which is not of something I'm not very proud of it, but yeah, it does seem to be running quite hard, as the kids say.
I can't keep up with the soul trenches, man. It's just a whole.
No, neither. Honestly, I've lost like all of these coins. They keep launching today, and then you go on their thing, and it's like, oh, actually, it's a fake Twitter. Oh, it's actually a fake Meta employee, and it's just like, why am I even doing this to myself?
People
Why
are
am I
just
even
getting
bothering?
extracted again.
Yeah, and then like
you might
and
as
then
well
the ones
just
I
go play
sell
online blackjack or something like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
more
yeah.
fun, truthfully.
Yeah, and then the ones I sell basically fucking go so high. So it's just like, what am I even doing? The amount of money I burnt today just on rage trading is like disgusting. It's so bad.
I just already know that the market's going to heat back up, and we're still early to this, but like the same scammery buffoonery is going to happen again.
I just saw, and to be honest, I kind of agree with it, even if I do think it's worse, because it was a lot easier 2021 where you could just buy an alt and it would go up for months. But basically, people are saying that the new like alt season, quote unquote, is like on-chain season, where you basically have to play these horrible games. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
All you
Sounds like
have to
sauce.
do, literally, all you have to do is just go buy Pepe, full port Pepe, and come back in like 3 months, and you're gonna outperform whatever crap is like being shilled. Just go buy Pepe. You know, those people are not going to have any chance of outperforming Pepe.
But what if you're sidelined on Gooncoin, Max? You're not thinking of the bigger picture here,
dude. The future of finance. Ooh, it's definitely going to last more than 2 months. Cool.
Yeah, no, it won't last more than 2 months. But I do actually think that's the only one that's going to do well, and I hate that it's going to do well. I hate it. Trust me.
I don't think it's going to be like the last year and a half where it's just soul trench coins running and you have your other larger mid cap altcoins doing nothing. I think this part of, this is the real move for altcoins and crypto. And you're going to see stuff like Chainlink, start to break out. But it's going to be two different people investing, right? You have big money institutions coming in. You got, other people coming into the market. They'll bid this stuff. You have the ETFs come through, the altcoin ETFs. Then you have more crypto native people coming in and bidding those trenches. But I think regular altcoins are also going to have a great.
I think so too. I think so too, because like if we're being brutally honest, as much as everyone likes to hate on ETH, like you need ETH to run if you want an alt season, and everyone was just like, and ETH has had its problems. That's definitely true. But now that ETH's kind of looking good, all the other alts are going to do well. And as much as everyone likes to clown on ETH, like you want an alt season, you need ETH to go. So and it does look like it's going to go. So
Eric Trump,
and I agree that Pepe is basically the best beta to ETH. So I agree. You make excellent points.
What was the price where Eric Trump said ETH was a good buy?
I think that was 3K.
2,700.
Oh, 2,700. Okay, 2,700.
Psychologically significant level. I don't think it's really going to be that much of a resistance, though, on the way up at this point.
I think we could be at 3K in the next week, honestly. CME gap right at 3K as well.
How much of this move was just like caused by people like putting on those short legs for ETH? Like how much of that was that?
Probably a lot, but it also seems like Abraxas bought billions of ETH. And they can actually move the market, I think.
Who did?
Abraxas. I mean, they probably... Actually, I probably shouldn't say it on air, but there are certain exchanges trading arm that can actually move the market.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
but they're not actually affiliated because that would be illegal.
Yes, yeah, of course,
of course.
And this industry is not full of illegal entities at all. So yeah.
What are you even suggesting? They would never do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, in terms of like sex alts, I've only ever seen, I just always think of hyperliquids, and I don't even think of that. I mean, that's kind of a bit separate, but I guess Pepe runs as well. Yeah, I don't know. What other coins are interesting though these days? Like are there any like real projects that are in quote unquote real projects that are interesting?
I guess there's some RWA stuff that people find interesting.
Yeah, Kita. Yeah, that's a truth nuke right there. That's a great coin. Look at that.
Yeah, Prometheus crushed this trade. So did Tucker. So did the whole.
All the people I'm with that are like trenching are basically like they're gonna like extract from this meta, and then they said they're gonna put it all in like Kita. That's what they said. So sounds about right.
Good coin.
Yeah.
Coin goes up. Yeah. Good coin.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Many are afraid to say that though.
That chart looks really, really interesting.
That sounds very ominous. What are you suggesting?
No, it looks super bullish, right?
I mean, I don't know how you can look at that and not be nothing is bullish, to be fair.
I don't own any personally. Like I know our fund bought a bunch of it, and Prometheus got our Discord in. It's super, super early. But
isn't it just like a layer 2 or something, or a layer 3 or something? But they just launched it on base at like no market cap and were like, here, buy it.
Yeah,
it's a good tactic.
I think the team's legit too. I think.
Well, whenever you're launching a coin and you're launching it at a lower market cap, I'm already going to be giving it a little bit more validity, from a credibility standpoint, right? Because most of these things just launch at billions of dollars of valuations, and it's just pure value extraction. Are there any like VC scams that are pumping hard right now? I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm just so tapped out of that now. It just seemed like it just wasn't worth focusing on. But obviously, when you stop focusing on it, that's when it runs without you. So
I guess Sui is kind of the only one, isn't it?
Yeah, but Sui's like, I mean, if we're talking about a crime, do you know what I mean?
I hate what I mean, man.
Sui's like, yeah, and Init's pretty good. I don't know if you guys bought any Init. I'm friends.
That's right. I didn't buy any, but I've got some friends that are in it, obviously.
Yeah. They're in it to
only
win
one
it.
in it.
It's a good little good catchphrase there, isn't it? In it to win it.
In it.
Looks like Kita.
Yeah. I think Robert Chang was shilling that pretty hard on Twitter.
I don't know
if
who
you
is
know.
Robert Chang.
You don't know who Robert Chang is?
I see him on the time. I see that
Oh my
name
God.
on the timeline all the time. Who
That's
is Robert Chang?
crazy. No one knows who Robert Chang is. That's the mystery. That's part of the mystery.
But it's provocative.
It gets the people going for sure.
I kind of think Trump is going to end up doing what FTM has done in the past.
I hate the Trump coin so much.
This morning, I was so close to taking a long. I should have.
I think it probably chops for a little bit higher and then eventually gives you like a big up thrust into like low 20s. And I'm going to take a short there personally, but majors are going to need to align because I'm not really super interested in altcoin shorts right now. Not a
This pump is glorious, man. This was, I was on life support down here. This pump saved my ass.
I hate this coin so much. When it launched when I was asleep and I woke up and saw all like my friends up millions, I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm done with this. They need to stop launching coins whilst I'm asleep. It's just not fair.
Burgers have the advantage.
Yeah, I caught the long on Trump, and it's just annoying because I sized down probably like a day before the scam announcement, right? Like, hey, you get to have dinner with Trump into unlocks.
You know anyone that went to that dinner? Is that happened yet or not?
No.
No, but I don't know anybody that's going to the dinner. I don't think it's happened yet. I know Anteater wants to like he's going to be going to the dinner. He might have to sell that Trump for collateral though soon.
Yeah. Yeah, judging by it. Oh, I actually kind of love him. Like, even though he tweets like so annoyingly, and he also unfollowed me, so he's an op now. But the tweets where he's like, if you're bidding here, why? And then everything pumped like millions. That was so good. Yeah. The streets are saying, this is what the streets are saying, is that Trump's launching another coin for Truth Social. And they
they commented on that yesterday. They put out an announcement that rumor was not true. Thankfully,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
About that.
Is there any if they're giving out ECAs at the Trump dinner, then it might be worth investing in.
Yeah, that's true.
Did they give did they give them a heads up to Trump?
Every Trump coin has
gala?
been. What'd you say?
Did they give a heads up to people at the gala about Trump or not? Because didn't they launch it on the night of the gala? That happened.
They did it before. I think they gave the heads up beforehand because it was insider traded like a motherfucker. But...
Oh yeah. We're talking about, again, if we're talking about crime, I mean, that one takes the cake.
Yeah.
So where do you think BTC, otherwise known as Bitcoin, for those not in the know, where do you think that tops on this leg?
On this leg?
Yeah.
What do you mean by this leg?
Like, I think by like July. Like, what were you saying BTC's at by July?
Probably like 115, 110 by
really
July.
Damn. I thought it'd been higher.
Well, I think you get higher probably like in August or something like that. Maybe, I guess, the end of July. I'm kind of expecting this run to top out like 130, 140.
Are you not a believer of stablecoin August then, or not? I haven't got a good name for it yet, but you know.
I think there's actually a pretty important bill that's being legislated on right now that if it does not get passed this week, you're probably not going to get any stablecoin regulation until like 2029. So yeah, I was watching like a whole video about it, and I don't know if it's going to get passed because I don't think there's anybody in the Senate or House that can really like articulate the benefits of like stable coins and having things on chain to the extent that we need to pass the bill. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but
yeah, that is.
The good thing is that Trump launched his own coin. When the president of the United States launches a coin, everything's off the table. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want.
All right. That's the end of the show, guys. We're at the time. Hopefully we are higher by tomorrow's market check. We are not going to put Tommy through the ringer. We're going to run a little commercial to end the show today, guys. Please stick around and watch it. And again, if you love us, if you love BB, if you love Market Check, use our terminal. All right, link is down in the description below. If you don't even have to pay for it. We will happily run a deficit to make you smile and enjoy our products. Track your portfolio, use our super charts, derivatives data, aggr, all that important information, guys. Totally 100% for free. And if you want the cherry on top, if you want the real difference maker, definitely check it out. It's $97 a month. Supports us, and it's literally your all-in-one terminal. Everything you could ever want or need, guys, all bundled together into one super website. Check out the commercial, guys. Consider signing up either for free or actually taking that dive in and supporting us while you're supporting your own trading journey. BB Terminal, guys. First link in the description below. We will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Market Check. Thanks, guys.
Every morning, coffee in hand, I open up the BB Terminal. We built this platform to be your trusted companion, whether you're actively trading, investing for the long haul, or even dabbling in the degen space. Let's start with the BB portfolio. It integrates with over 60 blockchain networks and supports both wallet connections and manual entries, making it flexible enough for any trader. On the active page, you'll find advanced charting tools, complete with more than 21 custom scripts to give you deeper insights. Beneath that, our intuitive heat map helps you spot key support and resistance levels easily. But we know active trading isn't everyone's style. So we created the DCA page, equipped with over 35 thoughtful indicators. It's designed to assist you in making informed, strategic, and long-term investment decisions. We're genuinely proud of what we've created here at BB, and we continually strive to improve it every day.